And, you know, it's come back to us more personally here for SAC because this man grew up here.
As Izzy's off tonight, I'm Chris Lawrence. People across the country are getting a chance to watch disturbing video of Memphis police officers repeatedly beating Tyre Nichols.
This story came out about this situation, you know, and you know how they say, a picture says 1,000 words, a video will say 1,000,000, man.
Facts.
And I think that this really didn't take off as far as what people were feeling was going on. Because usually in these situations, and we getting desensitized to it. We talk about it so often. But these police brutality videos or incidents, it's usually always, every time these things come up,
it's slanted.
The most of the comments come up is, okay, what did this person do wrong?
It's slanted. That's what I'm saying.
What's their rap sheet?
Bruh.
You know, what's their criminal record?
That's
Why
bullshit.
were they getting arrested? Why were they getting pulled over? They're always asking these questions that really aren't relevant
Right.
to why someone's no longer on this planet anymore.
Preach. I'm one of those guys, and I hate to say it, but I seen a slanted video. It was slanted once again. All right. I don't even think I seen dude get kicked in the face at that point in time. Oh no, I did. Did I? No, I didn't. I did not.
The only shot that you see them where he's really getting is the wide shot from the street I think it was a security camera or something across the street. Because that's where you get the full view of what they're actually doing.
Bro.
And it was sickening.
So
I ain't gonna lie, it was sickening to watch.
It was five black cops?
Yes. I saw it.
And it was the commentary of them talking
going on
during it. Like, it was the conversations that they was having during and after. It was just bad.
Is when I first saw it, it was kind of like, they were just pushing them, stop resisting, and they were trying to get him on the ground,
That's
right?
the video I seen.
And I skipped over it, didn't care to mind, went on about my day. And then when someone else, like, my wife hit me, was like, hey, did you see the video? I was like, yeah, I saw it. Man, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, he was just resisting arrest, right? And so I'm like, it's a simple.
Somebody get this nigga, bro.
It was a simple, something simple.
Lord help him.
But when I seen the video that she showed me, where dude was getting stomped out in his face, like they stomped him, bro, it opened my eyes, and I was like, fuck, I didn't see that.
See, I haven't seen that.
I didn't see that at all.
She, I'm not gonna say where she works, but she kind of Blue Label, and it kind of hurt, like the fact that she didn't even want to see it. She's like, oh, whatever, it's you're gonna hate the cops, and I'm like, listen, you gotta watch it. You have to watch it. Don't ever skip through it. The only reason why I say that is because it can happen to anybody. So please watch the whole thing. And I watched it, man, and it's crazy how many mixed feelings you get from watching it, because when I watched it, and I'm never, when it comes to like, cops and stuff like that, I've never ever given a fuck about what race it is.
Right.
When you give authority to somebody, when you give a badge to someone that has that person thinks now they have more authority than anybody else in power, I don't like that person, because why? Humans, no matter what, will always find a way to basically abuse that power. And that's what I saw when I saw that video, man. It was crazy seeing that. This man's not a threat. Like, what are y'all doing? Stop. He's totally like, okay, stop it. So the reason he ran, though, is because, bro, put yourself in his shoes. Any one of us would have ran. Because at that point, I'm like, hold on, I'm being cool, and you're beating me up.
You're being a bitch.
Okay, holy shit, I'm scared now. I'm actually legitimately scared. I'm running. So that's what he did. He ran. They tried to tase him, and like, oh shit, and then they tried to chase him. So then when they caught up to him, that's when they started. You see on the security camera, they start beating him up, going crazy, macing him. One of the officers, because I watched, there's 4 videos. If you watch one, there's one with 4 videos. It's 24 minutes long. Watch that one. He walks away because he maced himself on accident, or got too close to the mace, came back, and he pulled out his baton. He goes, you know what? Pulls the baton out. Hold him right there. Boom, like just hits to the face. It was a crazy shit.
All these things get politicized all the time. Even both sides of the aisle on this are saying, like, bro, what the F?
Yeah.
For real. The one thing, though, is that has been coming out, and it's interesting, as you say, because you touched on it just a little bit, is they not only did these cops get fired, they all got fired. They all getting put up on charges for murder.
Would that be the same if they were?
That's the question I was
So
wait
a minute. So that's why I want to say.
I want to ask this to you. Yeah.
So do you think that the fact that all these cops, they're all black, just like Tyre? Some people are saying that they believe that the reason why they were so swift in not only
'Cause they were black?
firing them,
Oh,
but then also in indicting them is because they were black officers.
Fuck you, sack of shit.
You didn't
So
see that?
so it's kind of
That's some shit right there, bro.
so that's a lot of that going around, and so I've been looking into
What do you
it.
think?
Fuck.
It's interesting, man, because you can play it on both sides. You could say that, well, maybe this
That's
is just
crazy.
a byproduct of, this DA tired of the bullshit. They're tired of the police brutality, and maybe they just took a stand. Because you could say that. You could honestly make that case.
And that's the
there's
fucked up part
There's
about
no
it.
evidence to suggest otherwise. But it does open up a good conversation in the sense of, okay, why did you act so swiftly? But usually you're
Take
quick
your
to
time.
you're quick to make excuses if it's a
Right.
white cop.
But see, that's the fucked up
And
part.
so it's a very interesting conversation. I do think that granted, it is good conjecture. It may be good conversation as far as trying to figure out what's going on, but part of me feels like it might be just trying to overshadow what actually happened with this man. This man is gone. He's a father, and he's gone.
Had me over here thinking like previous years, when people get killed. Actually, matter of fact, we seen the recent video where the cop pulls up to the kid eating a fucking burger in his car, opens his door, and unloads a full clip on him as he tries to drive away.
Yeah, right. I remember that. Yeah.
What was the judgment?
That was in,
what was the judgment on that? What was the ruling on that? And are they still in processing, or are they still in court for some shit like that? You know what I mean?
I think that what I get out of this, take away the black and white part, because that's usually what people mostly focus on is basically white cops with black victims and situations like that. And now in this case, it's black cops with a black victim. Take all that to the side, man. I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like there's an issue with authority. There's an issue with police.
Thank you.
With policing in a militarized format and training. There's a basically above the law, we can do whatever we want type of wild wild west and get in dealing with the public. I think that's the overall issue. You can point at race. Does race play a part in these things? Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But I think it's more than that.
It's bigger than
I think if you put a gun in the hand of the people who feel like they're superior, or they feel like their title gives them the training that they go through and the environment that they're in, have to adapt to. That's what's gonna breed this type of person.
My question about that is now we're moving swiftly on this, guys. Now, fuck, this is the fucked up side of justice. Yes, we're moving quickly on these guys, and now our spinoff is they're black. Is that the reason why we're moving quickly on them? Nah, it's a fucked up situation, right? And I hate to be this way because it almost sounds like I'm against my people, but it's a fucked up situation. I'm glad that they moved quickly. But will they do this again to another cop that ain't the same looking? Does this judgment come as quick?
It's come back to us more personally here for SAC, because this man grew up here. Tyre Nichols actually
didn't
grew
know
up
that.
here. What this shows me is you are really, really at the mercy of what video angle you
Right.
can use to your advantage.
Absolutely.
Because if you think about it, in situations where there is no videotape and there is no footage, you are not going to be believed. It's good. Literally, it's going to be the police are the ones that are going to have the credibility. We know that because even when there is footage, people will try to say, "Oh no, they're wrong here," or they'll try to make excuses for the cops, even when it's right there in front of your face. So imagine taking the footage away, how much liberty people are going to take and what sides they're going to take based on their political bias, their racial bias, their classism bias, whatever biases that they have. They're going to take that up to the 11th degree.
Ultimately, when it comes to this overall, and this is what I've been saying, I'm sure everyone can agree on this because what was the group of gosh, I can't even remember the name. The name of the group that these cops were involved with, they weren't just normal cops. There was an actual organization they're part of called Scorpion. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
Street
right.
Crimes Operations to Restore Peace in Our Neighborhoods. They've already had numerous amounts of complaints to these people and what they were already doing in their community. So, like, I'm glad that they dismantled that. Why? Because it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. That was cool. But when we're talking about like dismantling,
They were terrorizing people.
They were terrorizing people.
Yeah.
100% they were. We got Norway. Norway, they require 3 years of training to become a police officer. 3 years. 3 years of training. Between 2002 and 2016, they had 4 fatalities in their country over police officers. 4. So Finland, same thing, 3-year degree, right? To become a police officer. Only 7 people were killed between 2000 and 2018. That's 18 years. You only got 7 people. Germany. 2 years of training, a year less, but to become an officer, 260 people died since 1990. That's 30 years. Mm-hmm.
I think in this situation, it's just you're dealing with people who they've taken it too far. They have allowed the authority to get to their head so much that they actually believe that the people that they're supposed to be policing are scum.
Yeah,
they look at them as inferior. Just going into it, you don't get an outcome like this if you don't think that somebody's inferior or that they're less than you.
Oh.
You wouldn't think that if you thought that if their life was as valuable as your life, you wouldn't treat nobody like that. You just wouldn't do it.